Good. Panda, eat your ice cream. Don't worry about his toy. I highly doubt I get me. Well, I got somebody in here. Hey, Emily. She's a given. I am actually knitting tonight. Huh. Hey, Cuppy. Oh, crud. I forgot to do something. Um, I'm going to have to switch over to YouTube for just a second here.
I can't hear. I can't hear. I can't.
There you go, Cuppy. If you'd like to come up, the link should be pinned now. See the world. Hello. How are you? I know earlier in Sea Legs you said something about you are getting ready to go on a cruise. Where are you headed to? What? I'm just normally I'm up here fishing or talking about fishing. Tonight I figure I'd switch up a little bit and do some. I do knitting and I do crocheting both. I'm starting off with a net project that's going to be a scarf. Right now it's probably about 10 inches wide by about 15 inches long. Cuppy, if you'd like to hop up here, the link should be pinned at the top of chat, ma'am. Maybe we can get Rebecca in here. Head to Bimini on the Liberty. Okay. I'm not exactly sure where Bimini is, but sounds like a fun time. Me and Coastal, and you'll hear Panda in the background too. We all went fishing all day today on Avid Fisherman's channel. Coastal and Panda were in a all ladies catfishing tournament today.
Hey, I don't have
Hello,
my.
Miss Cuppy. How are you?
Oh, am I doing awesome or what, man? You have no idea. I was sitting. I think I aggravated my husband. Panda, I'm sitting there hollering. I'm like, "Go Panda, go Panda!" He
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, good grief, what are you?" And then so I had to run in the living room and show him. I was like, look! I was so proud. Oh, I got to turn my scanner down. I forgot. Panda,
Try
you got
to,
to daddy how to fish, ain't you?
huh?
I said, Panda, you gonna show your daddy how to fish right, ain't you?
One day.
One day, yeah.
I'm trying to get the
She's
tripod to
teaching
go lower. Try to bring the tripod down a little lower here. See if I can get a better. Hooked that yarn and said, "Hi, Cuppy."
Hey, that's Crystal.
Come on.
Hey, y'all gotta go in here and chill and hang out. And
Yeah.
y'all be on the panel.
There she is.
Hey, Panda! Oh my goodness, Carl! I can't believe you did so good today.
Yeah. Big panda.
Oh my goodness. Oh, is that an elephant on your shirt?
Yep. Got an elephant on her shirt.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh,
I've got two projects I'm doing right now. One is knitting a scarf, and the other one is crocheting a blanket.
had them
Where's it?
too.
Right there.
Had them too.
You can't, you're not quite old enough to know how to do yarn, babe. She's gonna do everything Daddy does. Sam gloves. Hey, Sam.
No, Sam gloves. I apologize. He likes gloves, but I don't have any
Yeah,
because I cleaned out my craft room. But this is what I was doing whenever I was watching Panda fish the water dry.
Mobs, Yarny, and cooking. Yarnery and cooking. Hey, Mobs.
And
I've
that's
got a
actually
lot of people in here tonight that
I got one.
I haven't seen before.
I got one.
like, see, y'all got to get in
I
there.
got one.
I
Oh,
don't
I
have yellow, babe.
did something.
Hook that yarn. Yes, I do both. Little background for me. I grew up commercial fishing, and doing like this was and crocheting and knitting is very much to me like repairing my shrimp trawls or nets and stuff, using a needle to repair those. So that's where I picked up all this at.
I thought my phone's back. Man, she's excited. And I don't
Yep.
blame her. I would be too if I caught on them bitches.
Hell yeah. If any of the yarn people in here would like to pop up here, the only thing I ask is that you show your face in the basement. Normally when I'm fishing, I don't do either because my hands are always covered in bait, slime, or scales. And I don't want to mess up any of my projects I'm doing. So this is a nighttime when I'm at home, or I have long days where I sit in my truck at work because I do construction inspections. And I'll sit in my truck off to the side on a job site if I'm not busy. And I'll knit or crochet while I'm sitting in my truck for hours on end.
That's what I do. That's what I was doing today whenever I was watching y'all
Yeah.
fish. I was working on that hat. But
Right. This little blanket here is going to go from my knees to about midway my chest. One of the guys at work said he wanted it so on these cooler nights that are coming up and we have early morning concrete pours or something like that, he
yeah.
could just have he would have something to wrap up with a little bit if he has downtime.
Nice.
He didn't want it very thick or heavy, just something to kind of like a blanket. He's one of those, he has to have something covering him to sleep or to relax. So he told me his favorite color was green, so that's where
Oh,
this came from.
well there we go. We're somewhat twinning.
This needle is a size I or 5.5 millimeter.
Same.
And it's just your normal everyday run of the mill yarn from Walmart. I think it was like $4 a skein. Stephanie Lynn and Molly Mae. Hi, Cuppy.
Hey, Steffi. She is awesome.
I
See, that
did
goes like,
it right.
you go on there. I said, uh-huh.
Yep, that's
So
speaking, buddy.
that's what I told you. I said, you go
I
on.
did it right.
What you doing?
Somebody said they like your green, Cuppy. Hook that yarn.
Yeah.
Panda.
She's fine.
You go.
Yeah.
Go. You go.
The downside is
You go.
sometimes on StreamYard, my phone doesn't let me hear volume very well.
Yeah, that's how it is on mine.
There we go. I got it turned up now.
You go.
So, do you know if Turtle got that tick off?
Ma'am,
Do you know if Turtle got that tick off after she left today?
I don't know. I think Avid's live now.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, man, I,
Yeah, he pretty
I
much
know
goes,
you got to be tired.
yeah, he goes live about every Sunday night around 8 o'clock. But I
Oof,
wanted to try this because it's something I do. I know there's a big following for crochet, knitting, or yarn activities. So
yeah.
I'm
Uh,
kind of surprised Rebecca's not in here.
Rebecca, why does that sound familiar?
Rebecca Touched by Yarn.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Why was it? Oh, yeah, I know her.
Yeah. Does all the hats for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Turn that down just a tad.
So, what are your plans for your knitting?
Ma'am?
What are your plans for the scarf you're knitting?
None. I just had a skein of yarn and decided to start knitting, and it started looking like a scarf, so that's what it's going to be.
Huh. Well, doggone it. I knew we had to be kin, but we really are kin, ain't we?
Yeah. A lot of times I'll just start something and go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I've got a panda and a beacon beside me.
Oh,
So if the camera gets knocked around, I am sorry.
shoot. I know what you mean.
Because beacon's under the camera. Panda, let him go. I keep my yarn in it's a little cooler. It was supposed to be for golfing, but fits perfect. It fits a couple skeins of yarn in it perfectly.
Awesome. Well, there you go. For golfing, golf ball, yarn ball.
Now, I used to play golf, and I got out of that about 4 or 5 years ago, unfortunately.
Mm.
Had
Huh.
we hit between Panda being disabled at the time, and I ended up losing a job due to economy issues and stuff. I sold my golf clubs to make ends meet.
I cannot blame you for that.
Hey, Rustic, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, hey,
You gonna start backlashing yarn now?
Rustic.
I had somebody tell me that if you don't make at least one mistake in a project, then something's wrong.
Yep.
That's the way you know it's handmade and not machine made, is
Yep.
because normally there's at least to an untrained eye, you can't see the mistake if you're good enough to hide it, but most people can tell if it's handmade or machine made because
Yep.
of the mistakes. I bring it every day. Hello.
Oh, hey, Kelly.
Oh no, Rustic. That's not good. I think
Yeah,
she's in the kitchen, Panda.
well,
Coastal's on a live somewhere.
that's what I was getting ready to ask you. Is have you taught Coco how to knit or crochet?
She actually bought a book on teach myself to knit, and she gave up on it. And that thing I knew, I read it. I was like, huh, this is a lot like doing my commercial fishing stuff.
Huh.
And I took off with it.
Nice.
I've done hats, scarves. Um, I knitted a pocketbook one time, or like a shoulder bag,
Ooh.
and it was going to be a baby blanket, but then I realized that it was your normal everyday yarn and not the soft yarn for a baby. So I just turned it in. I folded it over, sewed it up, had enough to make like a bag out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up having enough enough yarn to do a little 4-inch wide sash that would go over one shoulder. So it was almost like a forger's bag type deal.
Nice.
And I had it. I put it on Facebook, and somebody, I think I ended up selling that thing for like $50 some.
Wow.
Because somebody said, "Hey, I like that bag. What are you gonna do with it?" I said, "You want it?" They said, "Yeah, I'll pay you for it." I said, "Make me an offer," and that's what they offered.
Oh, I like that offer.
I did too, because I wasn't expecting them to send it. Stephanie Lynn and Molly May and Hook That Yarn. Yep. I got a few people in here that I haven't really seen their names or anything. I don't know if somebody shared me out in the yarn community or just they just popped up.
Well, I can tell you, Stephanie Lynn. Now she's been subscribed to Coastal for a
Yeah,
while, and
probably.
she's awesome.
That's
And
cool. Well,
Hook That Yarn. I wanted to automatically say Crystal is Crystal, and she is awesome. And
yeah.
I see it every day.
I know I Bring It Every Day's been around a few times.
Oh heck! Oh wait a minute. This is a family. I'm hushing. But but now between I Bring It Every Day Kelly and Hook That Yarn Crystal, they've been teaching me how to knit, and I'm going, this
But
isn't me. I really want to give up now. I don't want to do this anymore. But they're, keep going. You can do it. You can do it. And I'm like, I don't want to do it.
hey, Bailey's.
But I've been doing it. I've been learning. Hey, Bailey's.
Bailey's Guide Service. Haven't felt good all day either, Rustic. Oh, that's not good.
Ooh.
No, what I'll do is I'll crochet for a little bit and then trying to hold the yarn and stuff, my hands will start going numb.
Yep.
And I'll have to put the crochet down. I'll go to knitting and they're okay knitting for a little while and then I go back to the crochet.
Mm.
So I just alternate between a couple of projects. I've got some coasters in the back bedroom where I had some leftover yarn. And I think what I was doing was I was going from corner to corner. I'd start with 2 stitches and increase every row a stitch until they got about 4 inches wide. And then I would start decreasing every row and just made little square coasters that were 6 of 4 that are yarn or
Wow.
little 4-inch squares.
I tell you, the crochet coasters
Yeah.
or even knit coasters, I love them.
Yep. So
I would.
I probably got,
Mhm.
probably got 20, probably 5 or 6 sets back in the back room of little 4-inch coasters.
But they're good.
Yep.
Because it's like, a lot of times you can get them little square or the round coasters and they're just flat.
Yeah.
And if a cold drink and they sweat, it just sweats all over and you still end up ruining your
Yeah.
table. But then whenever it's the crochet ones, if you get, depending, cotton is best for it, but even
Yeah.
acrylic's not bad because if it sweats through it, it's
Not
pretty,
gonna leave that ring or whatever.
yeah, I love it.
Yep. I finally gotten this far enough along that it's not twisting as I go. That's the only thing I've not quite mastered yet with crochet is the first 2 or 3 inches of the project will start twisting on me sometimes.
Yeah,
Because I think I pulled the tension too tight on the loops.
I'm bad about that too. And that's why whenever I was starting this off, I mean, you see,
Yeah.
I've got that little curl here
Yeah.
and here, but I mean, it's a scarf and I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, this is a blanket, and I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times once you wash it, and I always wash it before I give the piece out to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you wash it, it's gonna fall out pretty much, anyways.
Yeah. And a lot of people, if they, get done with it whenever they're setting it, which is just a fancy word for saying iron it with steam,
Yeah,
it'll go flat that way too.
cool.
But I don't set my work because I
I I hadn't either yet.
I ain't got an ironing board. I got an iron, but I hate ironing.
Yeah,
But another thing that I've learned, and I forget to do it, but if you'll take a hook whenever you're starting out that first chain row and then your first row across, well, mainly your foundation chain, if you take a hook size bigger than what you want to work with and do your chain from that,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
if you still think it's gonna curl, then use your larger hook for your
Yeah.
chain row and for your first foundation row, and then change the hook size you want to work. That helps
Yeah.
with curling a lot.
Yeah.
Forget to do it. I done it one time and I was like, oh, this is cool. There was still some curl in there because I generally crochet so tight, but
Yeah.
it wasn't near as bad as what it used to be. But
Yeah.
now I've learned just
A
try
lot. Yeah, a
getting them.
lot of mine will curl at the beginning, and then the farther I get into it, it starts laying out.
Mm-hmm. But now you know what I'm doing whenever you go ahead and work in the mornings and I tell you I'm crocheting. This is
Yeah.
exactly what I'm doing. I'm sitting here, except for I usually have the phone laying down beside me,
Yeah.
and
I
every once
kind of.
in a while I look over.
Yeah. I figured I'd try an hour or so live stream like this and see if who all would come up. Anybody that wants to crochet or knit on this, I'll probably start doing this on Sunday nights around 8 o'clock, and we'll just have. I think I'm gonna have up to 9 or 10 people on panel. So we'll have everybody up here knitting, crocheting, or whatever.
That's awesome.
Just do like a craft night. I
Hmm.
see. I know there's a big following for crocheting and knitting out there,
Yeah,
and it's something I enjoy doing. So, and it's also something that's kind of fun to do with other people.
it is.
So,
I know this is what I'm doing, and because I
I'm
don't
sure,
much
I'm,
TV.
I'm sure there's some of the fishermen that's going to come in and laugh at me, but oh well.
I saw.
No, I probably laugh because
I saw.
a lot of people don't knit or
But
crochet, but a
I'm
lot of
like,
it's, oh, I'm gonna pick at you because I love you kind of people,
yeah. Which then there's one channel that I've watched every now and then called the Crochet Dude,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got what almost 1.9 thousand, almost 1,900 followers,
Ooh.
and all he does is crochet.
Hmm. I don't know if I've ever watched him or not.
I'm
I
like, if
love
I
him.
can get 1,900 subscribers off of it, that would double my channel, or more than double it
Oh yeah.
for that one time a week.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, there's a whole niche out here of what? What? You can't turn it up, babe. I'm sorry.
I can't hear.
Well, sit closer. She wants me to turn the TV up. Hey, Sis Rose.
Oh. Hey, sis
But
Rose. I know I saw you earlier today.
I'm scared that if I turn the TV up, I'll get a copyright claim. Granted, I don't think I got this monetized anyways. But I can monetize it afterwards.
Yeah. Um,
Normally I would go on my other phone and monetize it, but my other phone is dead. So that doesn't help me one bit. Still working for Sis Rose. She stopped by to show some support.
oh. Now,
Yep.
didn't I see you in Avids earlier?
Coastal was in Avids, but I
Yeah.
was with Coastal and Panda.
Oh, honey, I know that. I was
Yeah.
talking about Sis Rose. I think she was
Uh,
there for a little bit.
she may have been. I don't know. I was in and out of Avids. I was more concerned with fishing than I was on the phone.
I don't blame you. I was sitting there. Even my friends all was hollering today whenever I was talking with them on the phone. And I said, man, I had to switch it over on the computer so I could watch. Man, I saw her catching a fish and I was like, oh, how good is it?
Yep.
I was so proud of her.
That
She
was actually her personal best catfish today.
Oh, she did good.
Everything she had caught up to that point was little like 3 and 4 inch ones. Hey, Corner Clubhouse, how are you doing, sir? I think his name is Mark. He's from North Carolina also.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Hmm.
He's not too far from me, about an hour and 20 minutes, give or take, depending on traffic.
Nice.
Yep.
Seems like here lately, past couple of days, I've seen a lot more people on here from North and South Carolina, and I'm like, hey,
So, where are you okay, Cuppy?
I'm South Carolina.
Okay. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep. We're
Or,
by Greenville, North Carolina.
huh.
We're probably about 20 minutes from Greenville, North Carolina.
That ain't
But
far from the, uh,
Brutal Bob.
hey, Brutal Bob. I ain't seen him in a while either.
Me neither. I can't quite accept the text right now, Brutal Bob. I'm sorry. I'm either going to do good for my channel or I'm going to backlash my channel. Oh no, I see you and Cuppy, and I bring it every day, and a few others that I know do the knitting and crocheting and arts and crafts and hobbies like this. Um, that come in and out at times. I was like, you know what? I knit, I crochet, I do projects like this. I need a reason to actually sit down and do it more often. So why not come live and do it?
Yeah.
Put that yarn. If you come up on panels or anything and you have a project, you're welcome to come up. And you don't have to do knitting or crocheting to come up, but you're welcome to. I'll try to hopefully see the basement pop up.
Man, I was going through and it just happened that way. Yesterday I was bored and I was just scrolling through just live to see who was on because I didn't find anybody on there that I knew on except for, oh,
Hey,
hey.
Miss Crystal.
Hey,
Oh, good Lord, she pulled out big needles.
sorry. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. They're intimidating.
She
They're like,
got that extra big yarn.
Mhm.
That's cool.
it's
She
the
must be
closest,
doing a big blanket.
yeah, it's the closest project I had to me. Lenny Kravitz's scarf.
Cool.
I turn it up.
That loud enough?
She said, "Turn it up."
I heard it.
Panda wants me to turn the TV up. I have no idea wherever her fuzzy bag is.
Oh my goodness, she is so precious.
Yep.
But them legs though.
There, come in.
I mean, it was like I blinked and all of a sudden her legs went from here to like 3 feet long. I'm like, what?
Yeah, how you think we feel?
Oh man. Oh my god. Glad it ain't me having to buy them clothes anymore. Especially girl clothes. They are so expensive.
Well, thank goodness for us. We've got a big church family, and there's a bunch of girls that are about a year or two ahead of Panda. And it seems like every season we get about 5 or 6 trash bags full of hand-me-down clothes.
Nice.
And then we got
That's nice.
her cousin that lives about 4 houses up the road from us. Is 8 months older than her.
Nice.
So we get clothes from her too.
Ooh.
So it definitely makes it a lot easier on us.
Yeah, it saves on buying a bunch of clothes she's gonna run out of anyway.
Then we got a good place that's called Once Upon a Child that's in Greenville.
Yeah.
And you can take clothes in there and sell them, and you either take the cash or you get store credit.
Mm-hmm. We got
And
one in Columbia.
they resell those like
Jeez.
they resell clothes for like pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times you'll go in there and find brand new dresses or pants or coats. They're like Ralph Lauren or Gap and stuff like that for like $5-6 where they're originally $60,
Mm-hmm.
$70.
The other good thing about Once Upon a Child is I'm not endorsing them, but their clothes, like you don't have to worry about it. It's not the average thrift store.
Yeah, they inspect them thoroughly.
If it's not brand new,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to buy it because it's not going to be there. They're like, nope,
Yep.
it's not in new condition. We're not taking it.
Hey, Jeffrey, Jamestown Baseball Commissioner. Hello.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Have you ever made a fishing net?
I used to when I was commercial fishing. I have not, and probably hadn't done that in 10 or 15 years.
Wow.
But most of the ones that I worked on were ones that had already been made by a machine, and I ripped a hole in them.
Mm.
And
So
I
you
had
repair
to
'em.
I had to retie it to make them to fix the hole. It's a little different than knitting or crocheting, but it still takes the same amount of time and thought process.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal's over there being dark with her needles.
I know, right?
It sounds like you're sharpening knives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
dark.
metal needles are.
My bad. Like, sorry.
Kind of sounds like Edward Scissorhands over there. I'm
That's
telling
how
my
I
age.
feel. When I use DPNs, I feel like Edward Scissorhands.
I might be telling my age a little bit there.
Well, you're telling my age.
All right, bro, Bob, take care, buddy.
What is... Oh, that's a squeaky toy. I was like, what is that sound?
That would be Beacon with one of his it's a little ghost toy. It's a happy ghost.
That goes.
I was like, wait a minute. Where is oh, what's the name of that? The Addams Family?
Yeah.
The one with the hair?
It? No.
Yeah, that'd be Adam's family with the hand.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hair, no?
Yeah, it. Yeah, you're right. It was Cousin It. who also played the part of Thing.
Yeah.
Thing. That's who I'm thinking.
The hand is Thing.
Yeah, the hand is Thing, which was also played. It and Cousin It and Thing were the same real person,
Yep.
which was cool. But he passed away a few years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know I look into weird
Yeah, I
stuff.
think Coastal, one of the people that she follows, which is Ree Drummond for cooking shows. I think her husband's dad passed away today,
Oh.
Oh,
or at least over this weekend. Vlad's dad passed away from Pioneer Woman, so that was sad to hear.
okay. I can only see.
Jeffrey said see his.
Time to get back tea.
All right, Jeffrey, cool. I'm thinking.
Copy? Why'd you leave me?
Cuppy left.
Um.
She probably there-
I'm here, but whenever I did that, it looks like I'm
Oh
not here.
yeah, Coastal set this
Girl.
up. If you hit the camera button, you'll still be here with audio, but your avatar don't pop up. It takes you off the screen.
Just as good for second
You
there.
scared me. I was like, why would she do that?
Here you go. Now we
That's
can really
your
scare
friend.
her.
Oh. Whoa. I'm being trolled here.
Sorry, Crystal, I had to.
Deer in headlights. What?
Huh?
Look at the deer.
Jeffrey, I think tomorrow night I'm actually going to do a premiere. Probably about 8 o'clock. I had a terrific day fishing yesterday afternoon for about 30 minutes. I think I caught something like 30 or 40 bass. I lost count around 20.
Dude.
And it was just like every cast. Granted, they were all little baby bass, but it was still fun to catch them. So I'll probably put that video together tonight or tomorrow and put it up as a premiere. Because it's not really going to be any type of editing to it. It's just going to be putting my title to it and letting it run. Because it's hard to cut video when you catch a fish every cast.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I wouldn't want to edit them, and I'd just be like,
Yeah.
especially if we're posting them back to back like that.
Yeah.
How long is the video?
I had this idea on Friday while I was sitting around the job site. I was like, if I'm going to be knitting and crocheting, I might as well just do it live stream one night a week and see if I can't pick up some extra people from the crafting world.
Yes. And we can all post it to our community tab. That way our crafties can see.
Krista, you know you're wrong for that, the way you said that. All you can hear is the sound of your knife sharpening, and you're going, yeah.
I'm sorry. These are so loud. They look like steaks. Like,
Yeah, I got a set that I think are 15s or 16s that are metal, and them things are loud.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like, ugh. I love these though.
I think
definitely.
the scarf I'm doing over here is a US 10, which is a 6mm needle.
I'm sorry.
If I get it edited early enough, Jeffrey, I will post it as a premiere, and I'll have it scheduled before lunchtime tomorrow, so people will be able to set reminders for it. Because it's going to be titled Dinks or Us. Because I caught fish from 0.08 ounce or 0.08 pounds to like 8.4 pounds. I didn't catch a single fish over a pound yesterday.
Mm.
Oh, really? Bacon crawled up on the couch behind me, and he is like a heating pad on my lower back.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yes and no.
Oh, coffee.
Yeah. I'm
As
going
long as he stays still, it's nice. Going.
Want to show
There
it.
you
Hey,
He's so cute. I'm here, Crystal, okay? It's just a ghost talking, man.
there's Bacon.
Yeah, I saw you moving. You're like, where'd she go? I'm
There's
here.
Bacon.
But
There's Bacon, buddy.
car thingy. I'm here. I'm not here. Because I'm
You're
outside.
scaring me.
No, I'm outside. You know what I'm doing. Not in nothing illegal.
There you go.
Cuffy's having too much fun.
I am. Dude, you have no idea. I am so serious. Like,
Yep.
it's like having kids. You get soft. And then whenever you have grandkids, it's like, forget the soft. You just get mushy gushy.
Yeah.
So whenever Panda caught the fish, I was screaming. I'm like, look at her. Okay, you're sharpening knives now.
Hey, outdoors with Big Matt and Coyote.
Oh, Lord.
The
Bear!
right, the
Bear!
right trapping.
Bear!
Yeah.
And yeah, Crystal, I'm calling you all out because now, Crystal, she's teasing me all the time now. Bear! Bear! That was hilarious.
What?
Bear.
Outdoors with Big Matt
Oh,
said
there.
bear, and Coyote said shot it.
Yeah. That was the ones I was telling you about. That was Coyote. And they're sitting there hollering at me because I was running Coyote and there was a bear and I had no clue. I just happened to look over at my tablet and there was a bear on there. So I'm going, bear, bear. And they're hollering at me, get your weapon, get your weapon. And I'm like, no, not like physically here. I mean, on my tablet. It was funny.
Yeah, my hands were getting tired of crocheting, so I switched over to knitting for a little bit.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Uh,
Just
I knit or crochet for about 20, 30 minutes at a time, and then I had to switch to the other one.
Ooh.
I get about maybe 30 to 45 minutes before I have to switch out.
with the knitting to the crochet.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
And after about maybe an hour or so, I normally just stop.
Let me go get my crochet. Showing off. No, I'm kidding. Why do I
But I
have...
kind of figured, I definitely thought this would be a big change of pace for my channel at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I know there's y'all two. I know there's Rebecca Touched by Yarn. I'm pretty sure there's 4 or 5 others that talk about crochet, knitting, or crafting and stuff like that. So why not do it and reach out to that part of my community?
Yeah, but I mean, when we really think about it, doing outdoors, that's, in my opinion, I think it's crafty because a lot of people, that hunt, you want to have your items mounted,
Yeah,
And
if I ever catch a fish big enough, I will have it mounted of some sort. I don't know, but it's got to be like if it's a bass, it needs to be double digit. Catfish, it would have to be probably triple digit
What's the process?
for mounting like a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Most fish nowadays, you can take a picture of the fish with the exact measurements, and what they do is they send the measurements off to a mold making company, and they make like a resin mold of the fish to that to those specific measurements, and then they send that mold back to the taxidermist, and he'll take an airbrush and paint it.
Wow.
According to whatever picture you show him.
To get the.
So they had to be very talented with the airbrush.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's a craft in itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, the outdoors. That's all about craft.
Yep.
You know.
And something else I'm thinking about trying to start doing is I want to try my hand at making rod sleeves. It's like a polyethylene mesh that goes over the rod to protect it from being scratched up, banged up, keeps them from getting tangled up as bad, stuff like that. I want to try my hand at making those, and I may come up here and instead of being a Sunday night yarn time, it might be a Sunday craft night. I just knew tonight was going to be strictly yarn, so I did yarn time for tonight, but it may be craft time with Backlash one Sunday a month or something. Cut the pieces of the polyethylene mesh at length, and then you take like fishing line or something, and you can roll the end over and kind of sew it off, and then the other end you take some heat shrink tubing and heat it up, and it'll shrink it down and seal off the tip end. So be interesting to see if I can make those or something like that once I get good enough at it. Might show how to do it on here one night. I've got 5 wonderful people watching, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm back now.
Hello, 5 people. Hey, you're back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now that I feel thoroughly left out.
Yeah.
Because y'all were noticing.
I'm making so much noise. I'm gonna switch to my crocheting.
Hey, you do that.
Cling, 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 cling.
I was kind of wondering how my camera angle was going to be.
Well.
But
Oh yeah, Crystal, she's got the pool set up, and I'm like, no, I'm not that good yet. So no laughing at my horrible knitting either, because I'm just learning, and that's all I've got so far.
You're fine.
You're doing great though. You just started and you're like, I don't know.
All I can do a single stitch for knitting, and I can do a purl knit, but I haven't done it in so long. I'm not exactly sure if I could do that again.
Okay,
and one thing I did was where you tie in the 2 pieces of yarn together and do both knit with 2 strings at one time.
Oh, that's
I'm going to do the silent treatment now because the purl, no, not yet. And you're talking 2 strands?
Yeah.
Like double up the yarn 2 strands?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, that's what I was doing with that big project to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like crocheting with 2 strands.
Because what I'll do is I'll knit with 2 strands, and I'll do like red and white for North Carolina State University, or purple and gold for ECU, or like a purple yellow, or I'll pick like 2 school colors and knit where you're using both strings of yarn or both colors at the same time. So it's all mixed throughout evenly.
Okay, I'm leaving you now. We're no longer on speaking terms. The only colors you need to know are black and garnet and green and gold.
Uh-huh.
Fox and go, Pat, go. Let's not talk about the game today because I don't know the score. I don't know who ended up winning or not.
Well,
And yeah, I was like, nope, I can't
yeah.
take it anymore. I got to turn it off. We're doing horrible this year.
Well, I'm a ECU fan because I only live 20 minutes from the stadium. And then other than that, hate to say it, I'm a Roll Tide fan for college football.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh Lord, I just got the southern bless your heart. I'm in trouble. Kofi just took her subscription away from my channel. But I cheer for everybody. It's not I'm not die hard one team only. Any game that comes on, I'll pick a team. Normally, top teams are Georgia, the Gamecocks, Alabama, NC State, or ECU are the ones I normally cheer for.
Well, I heard Gamecocks, so you
Yeah.
didn't lose me after all.
And surprisingly, even though I'm an Alabama fan, I will still cheer for Auburn sometimes if they're playing. So it's not like I'll cheer for rival teams all the time.
Yeah.
Dance 87, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Well, I'm doing good. I don't know about the pretty part. I can't. If I say I'm doing pretty good, I might be lying on the pretty part. This skein here was one of them big 5-pound skeins.
Ooh. Ooh.
And somehow or another, I actually found a string that comes out of the middle.
Ooh. It
That's
is a myth.
That's the hardest thing about this hobby is find that string in the middle of the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Nope,
And
nope.
not having to go from the outside in. If you can go from the inside out, it makes things so much easier.
Facts.
Oh.
Dance 87, I hope you're doing well. And that's something people don't really know about me is in 7th grade, I took ballroom dance.
Really?
So I still somewhat know how to cha-cha walk, shag,
Oh, I love
Texas two-step, and all that fun stuff.
Oh,
Don't do it very often because I got 2 left feet.
I
But
hope somebody is on here from the UK after I said that. Whenever you said shag, I couldn't help it. I'm like, oh, I love shagging. Not that kind. That is the South Carolina state dance.
Ooh.
I think the only person from UK that might be in here is Emily. I don't even know if she's still in here because it's past her bedtime. Because UK is about 4 or 5 hours ahead of us. I don't know what it is now with the time
Yes.
change.
I want to say it's depending on what part she's in. It's about 2 o'clock over there, 2 a.m.
It might be 3 because we just fell back an hour, and I don't think they fall back.
Mm. That's not bad.
Yep. But yeah. I don't know where Miss Rebecca is tonight.
Oh, I didn't go.
Whew, she going quick with that crochet.
Who?
Crystal.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Oh,
And she was
Backlash.
concentrating too.
This is just for you. Time to take a sip, ain't it, Purdy?
Mm.
Mm.
Uh, next Sunday night when I get up here, I will be doing. I'm gonna do a actual, hopefully a one night project. I'm going to go get some yarn. I'm gonna go get some yarn and do a set of baby boots, yarn, and a little baby hat.
Nice.
Because
Oh.
one of the ladies at work is like 8, 9 months, 7 or 8 months pregnant. She's due in December. I can actually make the 2 boots and a hat in probably about an hour and a half
Ooh,
for a little baby boots.
nice.
And then it's a little hat too. Because the hat is, you basically do it similar to this. You pull it around to where it makes like a sleeve and then just tie it off across the top with a little, you make a little string to go through it because you leave some holes in it and you can tie it off in a little bow in the front. And that's what shuts the hat up on the top.
Oh.
So I got to find that pattern this week, and Friday when I get paid, I'm gonna go get the pink yarn to do that for the lady at work.
Ooh. And that's gonna be the thin
Next,
baby
next
yarn,
Sunday night.
but you're doing it in the thin baby yarn like the Barnett.
Yes, ma'am.
The thick one,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why I asked.
Because you're like, ooh, 30 minutes?
Yeah, dude, I am
Fast.
still
When
there.
the yarn is thick,
Yep.
you go real fast. Yep.
Because
Fast.
I think the booties are like cast on 25 or 30 stitches with a small needle, and you do like 10 rows that way, and then you like bind off 5 or 10 on either, bind off like 5 or 10 net across and bind off the last 5 or 10 and
Oh,
work that for like 10 or 15 rows, and that makes the booty and like a little ankle part, and then you sew them together for like a little newborn.
Also, because they're small too.
Yeah, because
That yarn is thick.
the little booty isn't but like maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches long, and maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches tall. So it ain't like it don't take no. It takes like 15 minutes for the booties, or per shoe, and then I think I want to say the hat comes out like 6 inches wide by 5 or 6 inches tall, and it's like a little square. You sew it up, and then you knit a drawstring that goes through it.
To seam the top.
Yep.
So,
So the top is seamed by the drawstring, and you can take that drawstring and tie it off into a bow on the front. So it makes for a cute little project.
so my next question is, do any of you know how to translate from knit to crochet? Because I will not be there fast enough to learn how to do that.
I do not know how to do that yet.
well, if you're talking about making like a square or a rectangle, right, for the hat.
Yeah, the hat is
And
almost like a square rectangle.
mhm, the like head circumference and the height,
Yeah.
and then it's just a rectangle.
Yep.
and then you're seaming up the side to make it a tube,
Yep.
and then you're doing a drawstring on the top to make it a closed
Yes,
hat.
ma'am.
So that's
Because you like basically when you're going across about an inch from the top of it, you're going to skip two or three. You'll skip two or three stitches for a couple of rows, and that gives you the holes to um put that drawstring in and out of.
yeah. I mean, in Cuppy, you know how to knit. Well, you probably
It's not lightning like y'all do. I am just learning as
there's a
of like
trick.
less than a week.
Yeah.
There's a trick to knitting, and like if you chain up the amount you want with your crochet hook, you could cheat
Yeah.
and then cast on like you're doing a Tunisian crochet.
I actually I have a hook somewhere around here that you put a piece of string through it, and it's called knit crocheting. And
Oh,
basically, what you do is you're crocheting, but that string holds the knits like a knitting needle.
Ooh.
So
so
as you're
like
going down, you're pulling that string through the knits, and it holds the new loops on the string. Then you can go right back across it, and it just keeps pulling it back and forth through, and you're kind of knitting while crocheting. I never did pick that up properly, so I haven't really used it as much as what I wanted to.
yeah.
Either my chat has stopped or StreamYard is not showing my chat anymore. Because the last thing I see is Dance87, how are you? Or how
Hi.
you doing? I've noticed sometimes StreamYard will freeze up your chat.
Well, I go type something in this. I would say in a second, but let's be real about it. I am not fast.
uh,
And did I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Why do I have that there?
oh, it's coastals.
I think I go. I hope I'm fixing this right because, like, I want it to be perfect, and I know if I goof, I'll have to take it all out because I don't know how to go back and fix anything. I don't know what a goof really would look like, so
Yeah.
probably have already.
If you ever mess up and skip a stitch or drop a stitch by accident, remember where it's at in the next row. Just cast an extra stitch on at that spot and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
so easier said than done at this point.
Are you knitting?
But the one thing that I'm trying.
No, I'm crocheting. Now I have to switch. Hold on.
And well, no, you don't because I'm about to switch because my fingers are like, nope, I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
Because
My hands, I've got to get one of those ergonomic things to go over my crochet needle because my
Like
fingers will go numb in a heartbeat.
these guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I bought these with these on them. China, less than $10.
Yep. I saw some on Wish the other day. I was thinking about ordering them.
If you're gonna order from Wish, you might as well go to AliExpress and get it for even cheaper. Because
Okay.
Wish gets stuff from AliExpress.
AliExpress. Okay.
It's spelled like this.
I have to check that out. I wonder if they have the same fishing stuff as Wish.
Oh, they probably do. That's where Wish gets all their stuff from.
Okay,
And
cool.
the shipping is cheaper.
I have noticed here lately some of the stuff on Wish I've had shipped to me will come in like 2 or 3 days because it ships from the U.S. now.
I'm gonna put this in private chat because I can't link
All right.
addresses.
Speaking,
Although
my dog's trying to knock over my tripod.
yeah, AliExpress.
Okay, cool.
I guess don't say it too much on here because YouTube.
Yeah, your chat's still working.
Yeah, I got it copied. Yep. Yeah, because she dropped her link. That's one way to do it.
Yep. I was like, I don't know of anything else. I just put in Backlash.
I know I did this one day. I got rained out from work, and I did a pop-up live stream that afternoon at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And Rebecca came up on stream and she was knitting one of the hats that she does. I went and grabbed a skein of yarn and started working on a scarf or something. And next thing I knew, I had like 5 or 6 people up here knitting and crocheting. And ever since then, I'm like, you know what? That was a really good live stream. And I had a lot of new people come in, so I figured, what the heck? I'd pop up here and try it. I'm sure the more I do it on Sunday nights, the bigger it'll get.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go ahead and try to schedule one for next Sunday night for the little booties and baby hat for me. And whoever wants to come up can, and at least I'll schedule it probably like Friday night after I get paid and can pick up the yarn. Once I get the yarn, I'll definitely get it scheduled.
Awesome. And the reason how come I was asking about what kind of yarn and all is because I have grandbaby number 3 coming in December.
Cool. Yeah. Like I said, I'll go to
Supposed to be
I'll
anyway.
probably go to Walmart and just get the pink baby yarn, whichever is cheapest.
And you can't go wrong getting them good panties that way.
Yep.
I love them. And I
Yep.
got a habit of keeping it up. At least I got to get another one. But I keep my big green panties and white. I keep them to
I hear
practice.
Crystal's kid. I
Hold
think
Kids.
kid. I heard one at least.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
kids.
I have twins.
Okay, cool.
I wanted to show you really fast some of the things I got from the AliExpress.
Yeah. We have
If you want to see.
we have Panda, and that's it.
Oh,
Other than Beacon,
how'd she get the nickname Panda?
it rhymes with her actual name. And home health nurse that's here with her disabilities called her by her first name and Panda a couple of times, and Panda kind of stuck.
That's cute. Dito.
And we just we've gotten so used to saying it on here. If you watched the ladies tournament today, I don't know if the voice was muted all the times. We did say her real name a few times there. It slips every now and then, but we've gotten used to saying Panda enough now. She even gets called Panda at school.
That's what I was going to ask if she was called Panda at school too.
Yeah. She's in pre-K for exceptional children because she does have a genetic defect that has slowed her down in life.
Okay,
Daddy, you can do it now. It's called Stenkiewicz-Isidore syndrome. She was actually on a feeding tube the first 18 months of her life.
Really?
Yep.
First 16?
First 16 to 18, we had the first two months she was on a feeding tube down her nose, and then they did surgery to put a G tube in before we brought her home.
Wow.
And it took about a year and a half to get her off the G tube.
Wow, I did not know that.
That's rough. But at least they helped her figure out another way
Oh yeah.
to eat, you know.
I think I had a friend of mine that talked about their kid had been on a G tube, and she told me to ask the doctor about it. And right around Thanksgiving, which would have been her, she was born 8 weeks early, so after 8 weeks in the hospital, she wasn't getting any better. One of my friends was like, "Well, ask him about a G tube so you can at least bring her home with you."
Right.
And we all discussed it, and that's what ended up happening. Because Kate was the one that told me about G tubes initially, not the doctors.
You think that they would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they know about these.
And then one of Coastal's cousins, their kid was on one too.
Yeah. My kids
Okay.
were in observation for like 2 to 3 weeks because they were born like, you know, twins. They're twins.
Yeah.
So they had to be on some feeding
Yeah.
tubes.
Panda was 3
But,
pounds 10 ounces when she was born,
oh, wow.
and 16 inches long at 8 weeks early.
16 inches.
Yep. She was
Wow.
gonna be a big. She was gonna be
Just
a
gonna be
big
big.
baby if she had gone full term.
Yeah, my kids were like 15 inches and 5 pounds
Yep.
around there. They weren't that premature, but they were premature, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That
Switching back.
must have been rough having her in the hospital so long for your wife, you know, and you.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm. But what is
I
so
need to.
amazing
I
is
need to film her.
looking at her and listening and watching her. She's
I
like,
need to sit down and film the full testimony for Panda with everything that we've been through with her.
Hmm.
People would
yeah,
enjoy seeing that, but I think,
I think people will.
but
yeah. But what is the most
yeah,
amazing thing is it's like, you know,
the
this,
what'd you
something
say?
that, huh? That
Yeah,
was a child that young and that caused so many problems. You know, a lot of children, mine, that's
yeah,
like mine, whenever they have problems, it's like you feel guilty, even though you know it's not your fault.
Hmm.
kind
And
of
then
like
not being as well behaved, but with Panda, it's like,
yeah.
dude, no, she is so well behaved and so well
Yeah.
mannered.
She
Oh,
got
wow.
most she in her second in her first full year of preschool. She got most mannerly
I bet
Nice.
award.
you believe it. She
Yeah,
is.
my kids would not get that. My kids are crazy.
They get
I
it all from
think
saying,
in
don't come.
the Panda was actually born blue, and they had to do a bunch of CPR on her just to get her to breathe. And then over the next 8 to 10 weeks, I don't know how many times we had that kid turn blue on us, because what was happening is when she would swallow, the food would go to her lungs and not to her stomach.
Oh no.
Her throat muscles weren't strong enough to push the food past her lungs. So she would aspirate and basically drown every time she tried to eat.
Hmm.
And like cough and gag and stuff, right?
Nope.
Like that's
She didn't have a gag reflex or cough reflex at the time.
oh no,
So the
yeah.
only way you knew that was happening is when she would lose oxygen because it was so much in her lungs that she was turning blue.
Dude. Oh. So that's why the feeding tube. That's
Yep.
makes sense.
Which and she has a deformed kidney because her kidneys grew together. So, yeah, since we
But it
got like
works,
we
or is it function? Is her kidney functioning?
yeah, so
Okay.
far it's been functioning like it. There's some numbers that are off, but they're not so far off to be of over concern. But we do have to go to a nephrologist about. We're supposed to go once a year. We're probably going to start going once every 6 months just to be safer. Because last week we did have a scare with her kidney and appendix, so
With
we'll probably
her what? Appendix?
yeah. She actually
Because
ended
of
up with
the buildup?
appendicitis last weekend,
Because the buildup?
Oh,
or they think it was appendicitis. We're not 100% sure.
wow.
How can
But
they tell? Like blood tests or what do they
between the
do?
blood test and pee test and
Ultrasound?
everything, there was signs of infection, and she was saying that she was hurting in the bottom right hand quadrant of her stomach.
Did she have fever? Hi, Steph.
Yes, ma'am. It went up and down and all over. Hey, Steph. Thanks for staying in here. Hopefully you're enjoying it.
That's scary.
Yep.
Appendicitis. Trusting God, you know.
Yep. We'd have fever in the morning and it'd be fine all day, or fever at night and be fine the next day. And it was a roller coaster. And then she stopped eating.
Mm.
And and then she was screaming that her stomach hurt really, really bad. And that's when we took her to the ER. So
Mm.
And they did tests, but they didn't find anything, or they assumed.
nothing conclusive. They did say there was like fluid around her appendix area, like it was inflamed, but her white blood cell counts were normal, so it wasn't to the point where they could take it out.
How's she doing now?
She seems to be doing good. She did really good today. She played and had fun all day.
Good. Yeah, because you can really tell when they're like,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
that's so. Ah,
She was spiking
I don't know
fevers
how you
off and
guys do
on,
it.
throwing up off and on, and just not being herself.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. I would be so like, ah.
I think we've been through it so much with her now that it's just like, okay, we got.
We-
We literally thought it would be another like RSV, human pneumococcal pneumonia thing, virus or
those
something
are
like
rough
that.
too.
But
Puppy.
yeah,
Wait a minute, Crystal.
Yes,
What
cup.
what we having a messenger?
What up?
Remember that little girl that I showed you with the really, really blonde hair and I was screaming, look at this, look at this.
My earbuds? Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry.
Oh, hi, hubby.
I got so excited. We were talking on Messenger. I thought Crystal was there. I'm not sure, but I remember I had to rewind it back. I was like, look, 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 look.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, it was on YouTube. Darn it! It's not
yeah,
like it was private. I was like, look at Panda, look at Panda, and they're like, oh, she's so cute.
yeah.
I know. Like, dude,
Which
I'm.
a few of the people in that chat today with Avid said they're going to send Panda a prize, so
Oh,
they're going to come up with something. We don't know what. So
oh,
she'll have a mail call sometime soon here.
nice.
Speaking of, where I had some couple things come in the mail today. It's a couple of shirts. There's the first one. It says your daughter. It has a normal picture, and my daughter is a girl fishing.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yep. And then the other one, it says some dads like drinking with friends. Great dads go fishing with daughters.
Sorry, guys.
Oh.
She was screaming, she got a fish, Panda got a fish. Aw.
Since
That's
I
so
love
cute.
taking her fishing, I thought that was fitting. Ah,
Sorry, Cuppy, you were saying something and then I had to.
Were you in chat today whenever we were doing a video chat? I think you were there, but I'm not sure. But I was like, oh, were you there whenever I was with the camera? I was like,
I wasn't, but
oh, man, I was so excited. I was like, she got a fish! She got a fish! I was like, I don't know her personal, but I don't care. She's mine.
was she too excitedly happy?
yes.
I'll probably watch the replay then if you guys. Is it
Oh,
on your channel or your wife's channel?
It was on Avid Fisherman today.
Avid
yeah,
Fishing.
Yep.
yeah. I'll see,
Now,
but I don't think you'll be able to sit there and watch it. You'll be like, wait a minute, what? This is
like,
like
yeah,
7
like 3.5 hours into the video.
Well, I was watching all that fluff and stuff fish and she
Okay.
fishes. So I'm totally down for fishing.
Now, I think it was last Sunday or Sunday before last, me and Panda went out fishing
Copy.
Sunday afternoon and she caught some bass. And that was fun for her.
What?
Yeah, Steffi was there.
Where she ended up getting her PB bass. So she was screaming she got a fish. Panda got a fish. Stephanie was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I totally had to turn the camera on. I was like, and they were in the middle of talking, and I was so beyond rude, but
Yeah.
anybody would be. Because
Yeah.
it's like, wait a minute, look, I gotta rewind it back a few seconds. Look.
If people actually knew all of the disabilities and troubles we've had with Panda, they would be a lot more surprised with how great she is.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew she was small.
She is 100% She's on 100% medical disability right now,
Wow.
and
So
it has.
I never noticed that she was small, except all of a sudden she's got legs coming out of nowhere. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, she's got my height. I do believe because I'm 6'2".
Oh,
Her mom is 5'2".
really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is your height.
And Panda is 5 years old and 40 inches tall.
Definitely has your height.
Yeah.
40
And
inches. That's 3 feet
and
and
yeah,
4
and she's
inches.
actually small for her age. They still consider her small at her age, and she's 3'4" tall already.
Well, yeah, I mean, they catch up though because
Yeah.
she was a little premature, so
She can
she'll get there.
almost ride most. By next summer, she'll be able to go to Kingston Mini and ride about anything she wants to.
There you go. Wee.
Whee!
Yeah. I just hope she don't try to get me on a roller coaster because that's not going to work very well.
Mm-mm. I can't either. No.
I knew it. Yes. Feels good not being the only one.
What, you can ride roller coasters? My stomach
No,
goes into my
the
mouth.
other day. No. I'm not getting near them. Like, I'm okay occasionally watching them, depending. But sometimes I can't even watch them, and I'm like, nope.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Nope.
good if it's like the Rebel Yell, the one that's wooden and it doesn't go upside down. I can ride that one all day. But if it's some of these that twist and turn and go upside down,
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I'm a chicken, but I'll ride them. But I'm a chicken.
Yeah, the ones that go up and down and not really upside down, I'll ride. But most of them, the faster ones that do like corkscrews and stuff,
Mm-mm.
No thanks.
I'll keep my feet on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the spinny ones, but if it goes up too high, nope.
Yeah.
And if it does any kind of loop, yeah, y'all funny. Nah, not happening.
Have you seen those rides that the carnies set up and they like flip over and stuff because they didn't
Yeah.
set them up right?
Oh,
That's the fear, okay?
yep.
The fear. I guess
Those
Like,
you should
are
know better.
those
yeah.
are some aggravating things to have to inspect too.
Mm,
Absolutely hate having to do that.
Mm.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
The scariest roller coaster I ever got on that I used to enjoy was I think it was called Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Eh, yeah, the one at Carowinds.
Yep. You go like inside the mining cave
Yeah,
and you're
that,
in like the little mining cart.
yeah, and it was the old
Yep.
wooden roller coaster
Yeah.
where it made all the funnest, coolest sounds.
Yep.
And then the last time I got on it, I hurt my back on it because I mean it all wood and it hurt, and I was like, nope, never
Yep.
again. And
Yeah,
plus,
they're real rickety.
yeah, and
Now
it, I guess I got older and it scared me, and I was like, nope, nope, nope.
there's one at King's Dominion I really like, and it almost reminds me of the old game Mousetrap
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it's got a little four-person car and it does like 180s back and forth, and you start out high and you go down and then you come back up at the very end. So it's
Oh.
pretty much all downhill
Mm.
for the
Ugh,
most
that's my
part.
channel. I'm just kidding.
Bacon, stop licking my foot.
But it tastes like jam, Daddy.
I know, right?
Jam.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. He's
My
trying to get
puppy
some
does
toe
that
jam,
too.
I guess.
It's
Oh.
like, who said you could lick my feet? Who
Yeah.
said?
All right. Well, I'm the only one left awake here now.
Aw.
Panda's
Everybody went to sleep. When did she even leave?
Panda's in her bed. She's been gone about an hour.
Oh my gosh. She was
And
so well behaved before. You wouldn't know
Coastal
that.
just went in our room and laid down and shut the door on me.
Well, you know what that means.
Yep.
I'm just
Well, I got a quick question for you though.
Yes,
Y'all was
ma'am.
fishing with shrimp, wasn't you?
Huh?
Y'all was fishing with shrimp today, wasn't you?
Shrimp and worms. Yes, ma'am.
dude.
So now, after watching Turtle, that's why I was like, next time y'all got to go for the chicken. She did good with that chicken.
Yeah.
And Chris was going, ew, ew.
No, that's awesome because give
Well,
them a little feast, right? And they'll just bite.
where we went to,
That makes sense.
predominantly chicken doesn't do as good as the shrimp and worms.
Huh.
But we hadn't been there during the day. We've always been at night.
Yeah.
But we did catch one of the biggest catfish that we've caught there today. So that was.
Aw.
Now, I will say that back when I was commercial fishing, probably about 200 yards from that bridge pier that we were at, I caught a blue cat out there in a 10-inch gill net that weighed 112 pounds.
Mm,
Ooh.
Yep.
Nice.
that's like a full-grown human.
Yep.
That's like almost two of me.
Gee, you're little.
I don't think you're that little.
I don't want to say how many of me that is. Dum.
Let's see, 112 pounds would be like 2.5 to make me. Because I weigh 250, give or take 5 pounds.
Dude,
Bigger
how did
than
you guys bring in? How did you bring it in? Like you said, commercial fishing, so that's
Yeah.
for profit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you sell it in a bundle.
Yes. Take it to a fish house and sell it by the pound.
Nice. Whoa.
It was
well,
in a 10-inch gill net, so it was all tangled up in the gill net.
So you have to cut the net off of it
Uh, I,
or
it took a
untangle.
while, but I was able to get it untangled. Try
oh,
not to cut the net if I can help it.
Right, right. To save it, to use
Yeah.
it again. I'm
mm,
sure nets aren't cheap. I don't know. I have no idea.
No, they're not. It depends on the size mesh and the size of the lines and all that and how long they are.
so do y'all have issues with the? I don't want to call it draining. I can't think of the word of it, but yeah. But is the water lower out there where y'all are fishing than usual, or is it normal? Like,
I'd say it's lower right now because we've been in a drought for so long.
mm,
We definitely need some rain.
yeah,
I know the pond that I bass fish in is probably 6 foot lower than what it normally is.
mm,
Because where I was fishing at
That's a
the end of
lot.
the video that I'm gonna probably put out tomorrow night for the premiere, the last place I fished at yesterday, where I was standing at the very end, I should have been in waist deep water. I was on dry land.
Oh wow.
mm,
So it should have been at least 3 to 4, maybe 5 foot tall, deeper there than what it actually is right now.
mm,
And back in 2019, when it was that deep, I was catching 6, 7, 8 pound bass out there daily. The shallower that pond has gotten, the littler the fish have gotten.
mm,
Mm.
So I don't know if it's a issue with the water and the bigger ones are staying out deeper, or if it's an issue where I know, like in a fish tank, it's supposed to be 1 inch of fish per gallon of water for the fish to be healthy.
mm,
And if you have more than 1 inch of fish per gallon of water, then it will start stunting their growth.
Hmm.
yeah,
Interesting.
So, say if you have like 5 or 6, say you have 5 Oscars in a 20-gallon tank, they're only going to get 4 to 6 inches big. But if you put those same 5 Oscar fish in a 120-gallon tank, they might get 10, 15 inches
yeah,
long.
That's interesting that their bodies know how much they can grow.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
yeah.
Kind of
It,
like if you wear the wrong size shoe for a while, your feet will stay that size.
Yep.
ooh, China, lotus foot. Sorry, but thankfully that's a whole separate issue. But thankfully they're not into binding like they were. But some people still do.
Sometimes I can go back to crocheting and my hands will be better. Tonight, it's not one of those nights.
You stretch them, do like
Yeah.
stretchies.
Yeah, I need to. But I probably will also go ahead and end this here in just a little bit and head to bed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say you got to get up and go to work in the morning.
I'm actually off tomorrow.
How'd you manage that?
Monday,
Who'd
Monday.
you make mad?
Isn't there a
Um,
holiday tomorrow? No.
no, Coastal has a follow up with the dentist tomorrow,
Oh,
and just in case they have to sedate her or something to do whatever, I'm gonna be available to take her.
Ugh, does she
And
have
then at three
pain?
o'clock we have eye appointments for me, Coastal, and Panda.
Ooh, it's a doctor day.
Yep.
Lovely.
And
Family picnics you'll have.
and
Squeaky toy.
November the 28th, I go back to the dentist for deeper cleanings than what I got the other day
Oh,
because I have degenerative gum disease, and
No.
around the lining of my gums was calcified.
yeah,
No.
So all the calcium was built up there, and when they did the X-ray, it's even built up all the way down to the bone around the roots of my teeth. So
No.
they had to go in with a descalation pick and go below the gum line. So they're
yeah,
gonna have to sedate me, and it's basically like a root canal clean out.
yeah.
Is that gonna help you or?
It will help me in the sense of if they get this calcium away, it'll start leaching calcium from the bones.
Mm.
But because if I left it there, it would keep leaching the calcium out of my jaw bones and to the point where my teeth would have nothing to connect to. But
Mm-hmm.
it will also hurt pretty badly because it'll be like every tooth gets a root canal on one side of my mouth in one day.
Yep.
This is making my teeth hurt.
Well, at least you never. Yeah, that's a debridement, and believe me,
Mm.
there will tell you, and now it won't hurt, but you will experience some
Yeah.
comfort.
Well,
Unless you had it as bad as what I did, and I was like,
the
"God." He was like, "You're
young lady that's doing the work,
completely numb," but it was just like that in spots. It
Mm.
was discomforting until it got.
surprisingly, the young lady that is the dental hygienist I'm going to used to be in my youth group.
Nice.
So that makes me feel old. I got a youth group in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I started helping out with it for a little while. And yeah, as I was getting out of helping with youth group, she was coming into it. She is just starting to age into where she could go on the trips and stuff. And now she's my dental hygienist.
Oh,
Youth groups around teenage age, right?
Hmm. Yes,
Usually.
ma'am.
Yeah. Then there's young adults and then
She's like,
regular.
I think she's in her mid-20s now. So 10 years ago, I had her in youth group. Or 15 years ago, I think.
Dental hygienist is good.
Yep. And she's a level 2 dental hygienist now. I
nice.
think she's going to try to become a dentist.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very awesome.
Yep. And we're in the middle of open enrollment for insurance. So I'm going to probably add Panda to it's hard finding a dentist that'll take Medicaid or Medicare
Yeah.
for a kid that actually has good ratings online. So I'll probably add her to my dental plan and do that. Stephanie, I'm not going to be running very much longer up here. So you may not see the video when you get back. Depends on how long her shower is.
Nah.
She said leaving your rain, just going in the shower. But
But and that reminds me, speaking of dentists, because of different ones in my family, and now especially because of my grandson, you would really think that there would be a broader education whenever it comes to dentistry
yep.
for special needs children, especially with behavioral issues or whatever you want to
Yep.
call it. I'll say it like it is. For children and adults with I can't remember the other, but if they're on the spectrum,
Yeah.
not that they're not educated, but it's hard to find a good dentist that knows how to treat their patients with special needs. You
Well,
know
not
that.
only that, to me, it's hard to find dentists that just don't try to go in there and go gun ho and just pray
Yeah,
for everything as hard and as deep as he can,
yeah,
whether you're sedated or not.
yeah.
Bacon, come here. Come. Bacon, come here.
Bacon?
Bacon.
Bacon?
Yes.
Bacon?
You don't need to eat Panda's car. Come on.
Bacon.
Okay.
Bacon, like a lighthouse bacon, is
Bacon.
the name of this brute here.
Mm.
This Australian
Hello.
Shepherd thing.
Hello. Hello. I was kidding.
There,
Do
there
the
he is.
baby voice. Hello, YouTube. Hello, are you? So cute.
Bacon, bacon.
Well, one of my subscribers gave him to Panda,
Oh,
and I've got to, if I can slow down for a few days, I've got to go through and get his registration put through, and she also gave me a link to get him set up as a service dog for a companion dog for her disabilities. So then he can go everywhere with us as a service dog.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
With
I
the
didn't
little
need that
carpet and
kiss.
stuff.
I didn't need a kiss in the lips.
After licking your feet.
Yeah. And trying to eat Panda's little car.
No, Beacon. No.
you just hear the sweet toe jam.
Yep.
Well, it's no worse than what my puppy does, so.
At least all I did was lick my feet and not try to eat his own poo and then do it.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to say it, so.
That's all right. As long as it's family friendly, it's okay.
Or his, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How cute.
We had a beagle that would like to eat his poop.
Oh, lovely.
Jeffrey, I just saw your question. Panda is doing a lot better, buddy. So, all right. My hands and arms are about tired from fishing all day, and then trying to do this was not a smart idea.
Literally all day, right? It was like a 4-hour live or something.
No, man.
Well, it started at 9 o'clock and ended at 4.
Oh my gosh.
So 7 hours of fishing.
9 to 4. That's a whole job.
It was, the first spot was an hour and 20-minute drive from here. So yeah.
And then driving back?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow. So you've been like doing this all day.
Yes, ma'am.
Literally.
Literally, all day, into the night. It is almost 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Sleepy time.
Yes, it is.
Technically, you guys had the hour back, so you're actually cutting into like it's actually 10 o'clock for you.
Yeah, actually, it would be more like 10:43 instead of 9:43.
Yeah, it's going on 11 o'clock.
Okay,
Yep.
so it's almost 11 o'clock. That's not any
Yep.
better.
It'd be almost 11, not almost 10 right now. If
Mhm.
time hadn't quit.
I'm an hour behind you guys, so I said
Yeah.
And you can tell Tina from around here. She says, "You guys."
Yeah, I'm Eastern Standard
People
Time.
had talked one day. Stephanie. Oh Lord, Crystal. It's y'all.
I'm just above Cuppy. Because I'm
Yeah.
North Carolina, she's South Carolina.
Yeah, we might be.
Or as
I'm
or
awful.
as most
We
people
might be
call it,
going about.
Kakalaki.
Yep. See, Sally. I said it right. It's South Kakalaki and North Kakalaki.
Kakalaki.
That's right.
Bacon.
Sleepy.
See, Backlash, he's a Yankee, though. He's a Yankee Southern. Yeah, you're a Yankee Southerner because you live in What? Can't
Yep.
laugh.
I actually grew up in the oldest town in the state of North Carolina.
Oh, dude.
The OG.
Yep.
OG
Which is
here too.
which
I
is
grew
bad.
up and still live in the oldest England city in South Carolina too.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep. I grew up in Bath, North Carolina. It was the original capital and the home of Blackbeard.
wait a minute. You said
Blackbeard the
that?
pirate.
Bath. Bath.
I'm about to
That's
say.
what I thought. You know we got a Bath, South Carolina too?
Yep.
I did not know there was a Bath, North Carolina.
It was the first incorporated town in North Carolina.
Oh, what was it incorporated for? Like the main.
The, that's where the governor lived.
Man.
hmm.
It was the first capital and actually where Blackbeard got married at. Blackbeard the pirate.
That's what I was thinking. Blackbeard the pirate.
Yep.
Dude, what?
They say his treasure's buried around there somewhere, but God knows where.
Yeah.
Okay, Cuppy, go get me some treasure.
How far is that away from Charlotte?
From
How
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Probably about 5 hours.
Oh, never mind.
That's
How far
far.
away do you live from Charlotte?
About 4 hours.
Oh, never mind then. You're about 5 hours away from me because to get to Charlotte, it only takes about an hour to get there.
Because I just
Well, the short way.
Which
I
is
just
still
drove to
far.
Greenville, South Carolina about 2 weeks ago, and it took 6.5 hours to get home.
These places are further than we think.
But
Yeah.
that 6.5 hours included an hour and 20 minutes stuck in Greensboro with I-40 at a
Traffic?
or I-85 at a standstill.
Holy.
Good.
And when I finally got past the wreck, there is a big white tarp over the truck, which means somebody passed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll tell you
I'm a
what.
volunteer fireman, so I'm desensitized to that stuff, unfortunately.
Man, I'll tell you what. If I never have to go to Greenville, South Carolina, it'll be too soon.
Jeffrey, I'm not going to work tomorrow, so no, there won't be alive tomorrow morning.
I know. I'm the same way. I'm getting my sleep back straight. And ain't
Now,
on
I
that
will
earth.
say at 7 a.m. I will be dropping Panda off, so I may go live for a quick 30-minute live to drop her off and come back home. I'll still get up I won't get up at my normal time, which is 4 a.m. I'll actually get sleep till 6. And then I get to take Panda to school and come back home and then take Coastal to the dentist. Then we have to go get Panda and then we have to go to the eye exam.
At like 3.
Yep.
After school.
Yep.
Makes
Panda
sense.
gets out at 2:30 and the
Oh, nice. Because she
exams
goes in
are at
earlier,
3.
right? Go in early, come out a little earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it is down here too. Is like the elementary school kids, they get out at 2:30, and then the middle school they get out around 3 o'clock, unless you got senior privileges, and then they get out a few minutes early. And all the rest of the high school they let out at 3:10 or 3:15, whatever time it is.
Yeah, that's about ours.
Here, bite
Everyone's
that.
school day is similar.
Bite that if you're going to bite something. Bite your own foot. Don't bite me.
Like going, whenever I went to private Christian school, it was a really small school, and I loved going there.
Yeah.
We got out at, I want to say 2:30. It didn't matter what grade you in. Our whole school let out at 2:30, but our whole school, including teachers and all, it wasn't.
I had a friend. She went to a Christian school up here, and her graduating class had 4 people.
It was bigger than ours. No.
Most of them only had 2 or 3. That year they actually had 4.
I wish.
I think they only had like 27 kids in the whole school.
Yeah.
Which my high school, we had the biggest class at the time in '99, and that was 127 people graduated.
Whoa.
That was it?
Yep.
Wow. See, we do got a lot in common. Class of 97, where I went to school, we was the biggest graduating class. I didn't realize how big we were until we got there, and everybody was flipping their wigs, going, "Oh my gosh, there's so many of you," and I'm going, I grew up, and that's all I knew. And there was 1,200 and something of us.
Yep.
But,
Somebody said the graduating class last year at the high school I went to was 73.
hmm.
Now I'm curious as to what mine was. I don't know. What are you guys talking about? High school? Or are you talking about like?
High school.
High school, yeah.
I don't think ours was that big, but I'm in Chicago, so
Which we've
people drop out. I'm just
I had 127 that graduated
yeah.
with me. I'm 41 right now, and there's only 83 of us left
Mm.
Oh, wow.
alive.
Oh, no, I didn't say I graduated. I just said that's how big my graduating class was. I didn't graduate.
Yeah.
People I went to school with, they were and still are, a lot of them. Oh, man. I was like, nope,
It happens
that
though.
must be wrong. And they just had a high
We
school
got
reunion, and I'm like, nope.
we had 127 graduate. We've had 17 more out of that class that have now gotten their GED or college degree since then.
Mm.
But we've also dropped down from that 127 plus 17. There's only about 85 left that are alive.
So like 20
Mhm.
or so died, 20 or 30.
Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
I know I've lost
Really?
5 of my classmates to commercial fishing.
Oh.
Hmm.
How? Is it dangerous?
Yes.
I
Boats
wouldn't
flipping
have.
over or
Oh,
storms or what have you.
going out at the wrong time.
Yep. Or getting caught out in a bad storm. One guy they determined he had a heart attack on his boat because they found him 3 days after they found his boat and he had no
Wow.
water in his lungs. So
No
they
water.
determined he had a heart attack and was dead before he hit the water.
That makes sense. Dang.
Well, 38 and had a heart attack.
How'd he eat? Oh God. Some people have regular just heart defects, so
Yep.
that's
Sorry.
Mm.
Mm, mm. Having a punching fight with Beacon.
Beacon. Beacon's like, go to sleep. No, I'm just saying. Go to sleep. It's late.
And Coastal, on the other hand, she's probably like, I'm going to bed. If you wake me up, I'm going to feed you to the fishes.
I did just wake her up, so I probably do need to end this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But anyways,
Yeah, but I sure am
Do
proud
this.
of her, man. She did good.
See
we're
you.
almost at the 2 hour mark, so I'll probably go ahead and end it. And like I said, I might try to start doing this every Sunday about 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
Sounds fun.
Alrighty. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, and I will see y'all sometime in the near future. Thank you for coming up and hanging out with me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Nice
Anytime.
meeting you, huh?
For having us.
Yep. Anytime. All right. Y'all take care.
Oh,
Bye.
Night.
bless you. Bye.
Bye.
Which when I end it, it'll keep us in the back room.